What's popular, YouTube? Another day, another demo. Today we have number 18 on Laos Top 20 of 2022. The list that mirrors HLTV's but doesn't try to predict it. It is one that is inspired by HLTV's, I should say, but doesn't try to predict it. One where I want to throw my hat into the ring as somebody who's casted a ton this year, watched a lot of these games in person, and really got a feeling for some of these big moments and followed a lot of demos, more demos than I've ever watched in a year. And try to make this more about just my empirical view and not make this as much about stats because HLTV have that, locked up. I picked this player for number 18, and this one actually hurt me. This hurt me as much as it would hurt a Spanish man or woman to watch Sun Pius leave Movie Star Riders. This one hurt me because you guys know how I feel about this player, okay? This one hurt me because I have rated this player higher on my list than HLTV 2 years in a row. And the worst part is that this year would be the easiest year to rate him even higher based on the numbers. But it's one where I'm not feeling like he's exactly that level or higher in any sense. I can't exactly put my finger on why, but like I said, I'm going to trust myself this year. My only regret coming out of these lists in these last couple of years is not going with who I felt like improved, who I felt like was better. Maybe you guys have a different view. My pick for number 18 of 2022 is Hunter. Hunter is, Stown and Hunter are probably my two favorite players, I guess, to watch demos of, right, like in the channel or just in general right now, active tier 1 pros. Hunter, for me, again, I rated him in top 10 last 2 years. He hasn't gotten worse. No, absolutely not. And in fact, the stats say that he's gotten like a touch better. Of course, not as much representation with the majors, with the quality of team that he has this year. And I think he's, as we'll see in the demo, a little bit more reserved than he was previously with Alexi BG2, Nexa G2. I think that somehow, the team is trying to focus, I think, more on Monacy, and they've done a good job with that. And I think for some reason it feels like Hunter and Nico, I can't put my finger on this. It doesn't just feel like they're the dogs that they were like in 2021. But when you look at the stats, there's not really a problem there. So, hey, if you disagree, I understand. It hurts no one more than me, trust me, to not have Hunter higher. But we're looking at a Vertigo T-side demo to look at Hooksy's Hunter. I talk about a little bit about Lexi's Hunter on this map, having had watched those games. And we go into some ideas around Vertigo, Hunter, G2, and what I think about everything. So hope you enjoy it. Let's hop into the game. Let's get crazy with it. We're here, Hunter, watching him play T-side. Oh my God, I had to turn off X-ray. Can't give Prius all the power, Okay, Hunter on T-side, this is something, okay, the juxtaposition here, the reason that we want to watch this demo, T-side Vertigo, okay, it's because he was playing with Alexi B. I went back to watch some of those games. Very active T-side, playing B steps, fighting for a lot of space. Alexi B did a good job of setting Hunter up for some big moments. Hunter almost never first in, even though it feels like he's about to entry, usually has somebody with him to set him up. The Hooksy Hunter that I watched recently, much more passive outside of B, so I wanted to watch this game to see if that was going to be the case still. Oh, this Hunter, does he clutch? Yeah, he's just won it. It's over. He kills Zywin a 1v1. That's like killing 2 people. That's like winning a 1v4 right there, 3K 1v4. No. Way more passive, okay? Getting his smoke out, throwing it, smoking the steps, standing back, chilling here. This is the Hooksy Hunter that we're watching right now, the Blast. I think this is the fall finals that we watched this game versus Vitality. And I don't know why. I don't know why, actually, because he was doing well to be more active. But Hooksy's style of the T-side is retake together the B steps and explode. So it looks like that's the round we're getting right now. He's like gives space and then he just takes it back really fast. That's what I've noticed. But it's a lot less kind of, let's see what Hunter can do over on B, and then see if we can get a kill like that and whatever. So in my opinion, a little bit less out of the spotlight in that regard, but still a part of like a good amount of attacks in total with the contact explodes. And then he also is more of a part of the full-on B A site hits. But let's go ahead and see if this continues to be the case. So there's an important, so he throws this flash There's an important molly that he throws that lands on the steps. I don't know if we can follow it. Might follow it. We could talk about B for a second here. So it isn't a unique, I love to hate on this map, right? But the thing is that there are some unique parts of the map that are interesting. One of those areas is the B steps. And the reason why it's interesting because it's got this nice wide choke point, right? Lots of decisions to be made all the time. Where you're looking, where you're attacking from, where you're holding from if you're playing the B site, right? Okay, and all of these positions need to be softened up. That's normally what Hunter was doing earlier in the year. Throwing a nade here, spamming the cross here, punishing anybody for spamming the wood wall or anything like that. And mollying here, right here on the steps so that the initial push down doesn't come. And so he could clear out and come and wait. Lately, it's been about letting this go, coming back and taking it after. Might be a meta thing, might be a specific G2 thing, might be a Hooksy thing that he's brought from Flames. I haven't actually paid attention to that exactly. But either way, hey, it's an easier day at the office playing all the way back here. It might be a utility saving thing. We'll see if sometimes if Hunter pushes up aggressively early, if they actually end up not going to be. And the reason they want to do this is specifically so they can go B late. Because we're starting to see people peel back now again to Hunter. So this might be a bit of a tell here for G2 actually. Depending. It looks like they might be splitting with him. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. The contact explodes. Not just reverse vitality. They're doing this for some reason. So we'll see how it works for them. Hunter normally second, third in with the attacks. Really great refragger. Great year for Hunter, stats-wise, no problems. No splotches on the record. I know this might be considered a little bit high up for a lot of people. You guys know how I feel about Hunter. Like him and Stown are probably my two favorite players. It's something about the versatility and just the way that they play mechanically that I really appreciate. So well balanced. So Hunter, if I'm to list off a lot of the kind of things that I like about him as a rifler, just aggressive enough. Very good peaks, really good combination of taps and burst and a solid spray. Really good amount of patience when he needs it. Really feel like he's always a part of moving the round forward. He's not playing too slowly all the time. I'm not a huge fan of players who play too slowly. And it has that toolbox that would tell you like he could just be like a super hard lurker and chill and bait a lot. But he doesn't have that in him, and I really respect that. And I really like that about him, that he wants to be a part of the action more, but slightly more reserved in this role specifically here on Vertigo. Nico takes a lot of the spotlight on the ramp, getting aggressive with some of his pushes. Sometimes it works. Some games it works really well, some games not so much. And then Monacy is also an incredible Vertigo player. Coming out of the Academy League, Monacy this is probably his best map. Actually gave him this nickname in the Academy League, the Flash, and he made a sticker of it. He put it on a sticker. The sticker looks awesome. So I put that sticker on my op. It doesn't work though. I tried to kill people with it and I was still the same player. It didn't make me better. But you know what they say, keep your dreams high and your crosshairs low. Okay, fast down towards B. Let's see what happens. No, he's still alone. He's still waiting. And he's still holding a lot of grenades. I think this is the biggest thing. And it's Vitality now who are mollying that same spot. Well, almost the same spot on the stairs that I was talking about. Hunter mollies. Used to molly. Not anymore. Now he's holding his nades for the execute. So here he's holding it just to sell a fake. I don't think they're committing a B. Or, well, now it doesn't matter, so... Round's over. Really fishing for a round where he does anything regular that he used to do, but it's not coming, so let's see. Still early. Hooksy with them here. Hooksy does serve himself up as an entry sometimes, which is something that like Alexi would do with the B-side attack. So sometimes there's a lot of boosts involved when it comes to playing outside B, the stairs, right? Because it's about displacing aim, right? Like so if somebody has a hard angle here or wherever, they might be holding for this boost, two people boosting here. They might be on the back of the site waiting for the wood wall boost so that they can spam, looking for that timing. But the idea is if you're not just coming up the middle steps like this, you're displacing people's aim by like getting on this side or this side, right? And then you're sneaking up this way. You're pathing into the site with a scaling flash behind you. Why am I drawing like that? Or, yeah, with this boost, you're just getting a kill, and that's it. One player here, and there's one heaven, and that guy can't help anymore. They're back Jenny. Jenny's running Jenny smoke comes down, and you can just take the site over. So one kill can make a huge difference if it's lurky, if it's with a boost, if it's with a double peak. And just doing that a lot less now. But not too little. Like, we're still here. Hooksy's still here. He's going to see this. Looking for this boost is what I'm talking about. It's really awkward. Yeah, I was wondering why he was actually standing there. I thought something new was happening. You got to be careful when you make noise, especially. You kind of, you sort of have to cancel. And so, okay, see right there, Hunter has a bit of an elevation, so he doesn't make noise when he jumps up on top of Hooksy. And now he can jump. Oh, it's... Don't know if he even tried to, but he could jump up and then start walking in. Okay, so not much in the way of ideas comes out of this default so far, but they go back to the same... There it is. Back default guy spotted. Surely waiting for a flash. No. Spinks just peeks right in. Nobody's flashing with this, and actually they just die. Okay. Someone should have been flashing behind Hunter for that attack. This is a game with a good T-half overall, stats-wise, though. Okay, Nico. I feel like a football commentator. Nico, Hunter, Hooksy, JKS. Goal! No offense, but honestly, I watched some World Cup, and I was like, really? No, I'm just kidding. It was good. I actually liked it. Dude, Brazil, I bet on Korea. $100 I bet on Korea because all my friends are Korean. To beat Brazil. 11-1 odds. I've never wasted money so quickly in my life. 4-1. We lost. Korea lost. And honestly, those goals that the Brazilian guys... There's one guy named Vinny Jr. Insane. Another guy who has like short blonde hair. He kind of looked like me, actually. But I think he was... He had like short blonde hair, no fade, just like the cut around the top. That guy was crazy. They were just stunting on Korea, honestly. So those goals are crazy. But you know what? Korea got the last goal of the night. And yeah, it was a 4-1, but that was a top 5 goal that they got. Top 5. Ooh, they don't know he's this close. They don't know he's this close. Oh, that's perfect setup right there. Oh, still won because JKS is the GOAT. Well, of Australia. All right, we're getting in close. 3v5, but you know what? Full attack is here. Once he just peels back to throw a flash, and the entries start to come out. This is actually very possible. That molly is important because you stop anyone running up to the boost. People get tricky behind these smokes. It's a bit thrown together sometimes with the attacks on B because of the amount of like space you have to smoke where they can still kind of lurk around it. So what Hunter's doing pushed up right here, he gets full vision of both smokes. And if they come up next to him, he's going to see them come out of the smoke and they won't be able to see. That's the key part about Hunter's position right now. That it looks like he's just watching the second smoke, but he's keeping an eye on the first one. If they try to push through and do something stupid, he's going to block them as they come out. Their body's going to be in view, but they can't see as well. So... And now this bomb gets planted. There's that lurk that I was talking about. That's really... Vertigo gets a little messy sometimes, but some people like it like that. Oh, that's a big one. Good tempo changes here from G2. Always cool to explode mid and peel back as well. That's one that really leaves the team guessing. Sphinx has done a good job of being kind of hard to find. That was like the one round that Hunter doesn't default B. Sphinx walks down the steps. And also, there hasn't been that much pressure down the steps as well. Again, been talking about that. They've been chilling. So here they explode. I guess it looks like the idea is for Hooksy maybe to like let him have it for a bit, see what kind of CS they want to play down there. That nade is just to soften up the back of not default. If somebody's here, it's like 50 damage. Also, if they don't smoke, it's hard to cross out. So, again, some of the early nades are not are not coming out. They're giving up the space. But I think Hooksy was like, all right, let's see how aggressive they want to be, how much they want the steps. And then if they don't want it, then we'll just take it later on. So I think he's looking at it from the perspective of conditioning over on this side of the map. And here's that double boost. So I was talking about you put pressure from both sides. And now you have an attack on quad and attack on default. You don't even have to know which one they're at. And this guy got hit down a little bit. So they've worked this site a bit. If Dupree's here floating, he's going to have a hell of a time trying to get out of this. And with JKS boosted up, it allows Hunter to get close. We see this gets kind of cone fire as they go. And no Dupree in sight, actually. Hunter, this is what I would say is an outpost. And yeah, the site is actually just completely open. Okay. It's an interesting round. I don't know why they would just completely leave it. It's not like they dominated on B. Maybe there was some kind of fake that went into that from G2. And now a bit more activity. So I see they're just ramping up the activity as the half rolls on. Well, that was key because it was just a flash dodge that allowed Hunter to get that kill easily. Dupree, could have snuck into a sneakier spot, but in these are particular fights that I really trust Hunter a lot on. Headshot angles where like it's like he's really good at shouldering, he's really good at jiggling, and he's really good at one tapping. So when it comes to fighting around the default box over on the B site, people jumping up wood ball, this headshot angle right here, super consistent with that. So I like to see when he's very active. He's not the kind of guy who's just going to die all the time. In my opinion, it's kind of, it always feels a little CT sided. Like you're always happy to be on CT, just chilling, holding an angle. But I think if a T plays well here on the B side of Vertigo, they're the ones who are causing terror. They're the ones who are hard to approach. They're the ones who have lots of different fights they could attack you from, as you can see from the field of view right now as Hunter looks up into the site. He has so many headshots. People can cross. If they don't have a smoke, they can get away. Oh. Let's see how he deals with this. Oh, he's moving. He's thinking fast, actually. Oh, see that shoulder? Beautiful. But then there's two more who show. But he got info on both. One Jenny. Could be left side. Holds it. Wow, beautiful. That's all Hunter's info, okay? Remember that. It's all Hunter's info because he survived because he jiggled. Jiggles win maps. That's what I always say. Ideas win tournaments. Jiggles win maps. Individuals win rounds. And that's that. That's Hunter playing the T side, getting an updated view on what his T side looks like now post Hooksy. It's tasteful. It's more thematic. I think Hooksy showed this year that well, first of all, like he showed that both he could improve the team and also there's some problems with his individual level that holds the team back, right? But you do see G2 improve in spots. And I think thematically the team does look like it's improved. I think Alexi always stood out as a player who on any one given round could come up with something very creative and tricky, but thematically kind of didn't look like he could paint a picture that everyone could follow throughout a whole half. And that's something that I think anyways. And I think Alexi has actually improved in that regard as well. Now joining NIP, I think looks a lot better. And Hooksy has problems that are now showing that they might be too great to be able to overcome for a roster that is as heavyweight as G2 is, even though they have lots of good individuals. And for Hunter this year, consistent year, lots of great events. Unfortunately, they didn't have like the majors with deep runs or anything like that to help bolster some of their stories. Technically, it's his best year stats-wise. Wouldn't know if that's the case if he had to play majors, because that's where you would think your stats would come down maybe a little bit on average just because of how hard the teams are and the pressure and everything like that. But there was no red flags like stats-wise. I do think like Hunter's not as much in the spotlight for me on G2, which pains me. But they've done a good job with Monacy. I think I wouldn't be surprised, obviously, if Hunter was higher up than, on HLTV. I think he will be higher up on HLTV's list than mine. I just think a huge for me this year, a huge thing that I want to focus on is, why is it this player when it comes to their place on a team and their team success? And with Hunter, I think this team is like it feels somehow less about Hunter and about Nico, more about Mondesi. And Hunter and Nico are still doing fine though, stats wise. That's just the feeling I get when I watch them play. I'm not feeling that raw power that we saw in the last couple of years from both Nico and Hunter. In my opinion, hey, that's just how I feel. But anyways, that's it. Hunter, number 18 for me here on the top 20 of 2022. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know who you think is going to be number 17.